Ugh.
Say that shit.
Woof.
Wait, what? Cheers.
I'm fucking mature.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Amateur Intellectuals. It is a show where we learn about some stuff and we drink and we laugh a whole lot. I am here. I'm knocking over all my stuff. I am here with my co-host, Kendall.
Hey, girl.
Hi, honey.
Hey.
It's turning into our intro. We're just so used to doing that. Yes. So today we are going to be talking about Amazon.
The drama. I'm excited.
Oh, you are in for it. I mean, there is some drama here, but also some interesting facts.
Okay.
And so, yeah, let's start with the question. It's a two-parter.
Okay.
Part one. Do you order a lot of stuff online, whether that's Amazon or not, and get it shipped to you? And part two, is this going to change now that you're living in a schoolie and you're kind of a moving target?
Right. Okay, so no. I think compared to the average person, I do not. I have an Amazon Prime membership only for the movies and videos, and I still don't even use that much. I would say I get 3 to 4 packages a year.
Oh, wow.
I just don't online shop a ton, but now that I'm in BFE, I think that I'm going to utilize it more. In fact, right after this call, I'm going to get, it's called a cat skin, the thing that goes over the microphone so that you can do it in wind without it picking up wind.
Oh, cool.
So I'm going to Amazon that to somewhere and drive out and get it.
Yeah, you can do it to one of their Amazon,
the
lockers or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just don't know that there is one. I'm in Carlsbad, New Mexico now. So
Ooh.
Yeah, I was supposed to be in Big Bend for a couple weeks, and then that kind of hit the fan just because it was spring break and so busy, so we hiked up north.
Okay. How is it there?
It's good. It's good. It's pretty similar and not as pretty, but still pretty, but not as pretty. Big Bend is hard to beat, so.
Sure. It was a very good intro to your travels.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna get the cat skin and the I'm gonna get a kite because it's so windy out here. Also, why I need the cat skin. But I love kites, and so we're gonna see if we can get that Amazoned up here.
Cool. Well, let me know how that goes. How they can find you.
Literally.
I want it primed. I want it in 2
in
hours.
one day. Right, my
Find
groceries. What about you? I know that you do online shop quite a bit.
Too much. And since the Panda Express, the Panorama, ever since all of that started,
the scamdemic.
I feel like I have been, I'm glad you got that. I have been just probably self-soothing by just because I'm in my house and my house is not a fixer-upper, but it definitely needs to be updated. So I just look around and at my house and I'm like, I could fix that.
I can do
that.
And
then it just stares at me until I fix it.
Yeah.
So I've been obsessed with getting stuff from Amazon because I just don't feel like going out to get it. And the closest hardware store for us is 20 minutes away, which is such a princess thing to say.
That's far.
But I'm like, no. I mean, it's going to be a whole adventure, and I want to save up the things that I need in advance if I'm actually going to make a trip to go there. So Amazon. And I even do sometimes I do groceries or even alcohol. And Greg's like, please don't do that. We don't have to spend money on that. We have a quarter of a mile down the road. We have a grocery store. And I told you this already, but I usually already ordered it by the time he finds out about it.
Well, it's going to be here in 45 minutes, so are you going to tell him to take it back?
The guy is on his way. He's in the car. I see where he is right now. You going to tell him to turn around? Because I'm not. So, anyway, I do it way too much, to the point where I'm losing contact with people and I just need to like go out to the grocery store. So yes, the drink of this episode was really hard to pick because I knew what I wanted in terms of like a joke or like a pun, but it was so hard to find because Amazon is in fact so like accommodating that I couldn't even type in like a theme drink because it was just like Amazon sells all these hundreds of cocktail books or whatever. I'm like, no.
Of course.
But I managed to, it's a stretch, but I managed to make it fit. Actually, Greg found it for me. So, because you can basically get anything you can think of on Amazon, our drink will follow the theme. Okay. It's called the kitchen sink because it has everything but the kitchen sink in it.
Love it.
So.
We're getting fucked up.
Yeah, but it actually sounds really yummy too. So, 1/4 ounce gin, 1/4 ounce light rum, 1/4 ounce vodka, 1/4 ounce triple sec, 1/4 ounce melon liqueur, 1/4 ounce blue curacao, 1/4 ounce lemon lime soda, 1 splash of sweet and sour mix, and 1/4 ounce of dekuyper sour apple pucker schnapps.
Oh.
That's a lot of 1/4 ounces. That adds up to like 100 ounces.
That's like what they call Texas teas or a Long Island.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I think that sounds even
It is kind of
boozier.
like that. It's like a tropical kind of version of that.
I'm into it.
Yeah, I am too. It sounds fruity. So yeah, it is a lot. Although I bet you could probably buy a kitchen sink on Amazon. God, I'm sure you probably can.
Oh.
That expression doesn't even work probably for Amazon. Anyway, to make it, if you're going to do it right, you get a Collins glass, and you put ice in it, and then you combine all the liquors and then fill the glass with sweet and sour mix, which again should just be a splash, and then top with lemon lime soda and stir, and then garnish with a lemon wedge. Fancy pantsy. Okay, so here we go. What is Amazon? I should not have to do this paragraph. Everyone should be rolling their eyes at me right now because even if you're not on Amazon, you should know what it is. But devil's advocate, we're going to pretend you don't. If you've been living under a rock for the last decade or more, Amazon is like the emperor of the online retailers, the Julius Caesar of the online retailers. You go online, you look up whatever you want to buy in your imagination, you click on it, and if you have Prime, you can get it as early as same day. But, you know, often it's like free 2-day shipping or something. Mm-hmm. In addition to selling every goddamn thing under the sun, they also sell cloud storage, which, again, for anybody who you should know what this is, but anybody that doesn't know what that is, it's like a storage unit but digital that you pay rent on.
Okay, quick aside. Sorry. This just boggles my mind. The cloud was invented in Stephenville, Texas. Which
it was?
blows my mind. There's a guy that went to Tarleton and he invented the fucking cloud. And like, I'm not shitting on Tarleton. Like, Tarleton's a great school, but it's just like one of those like kind of out 45 minutes, 2 hours outside of Fort Worth. Mm-hmm. The town itself is pretty podunky, so the fact that this thing that dominates modern civilization came from there is pretty mind-blowing.
I mean, I kind of love that. I mean, can the normal mortal people who weren't born into excessive privilege or genius level, scholarship level, can we have a little bit of, like, innovation, too? I mean, the regulars? The normies?
Right. Where's our 15 minutes? Where is it?
Fucking, you know, Princeton and whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's a lot easier to invent something when you've got all the money and, you know, backers and connections to do it. So good for him. Yeah. Good for you, cloud inventor. I hope you're rolling in your trillions of dollars.
He's,
like a pig in the mud.
That's right.
Good for you. Okay, so Amazon was founded by Jeff Bezos, who, thanks to all of us needing to buy that fucking coffee maker or whatever on Amazon, is now the richest man in the world, according to Forbes billionaire rankings. So you are welcome, because it is all of us that have made you that rich, Jeff.
Literally.
Just saying. We have made you that rich. Now, granted, you gave me convenience and sloth so that I don't have to, and greed, if we're really ranking them.
Speaking
In
of which,
exchange-
holy
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
I'm so sorry. I have seen 7. I didn't know that I had seen 7. I forgot the name of it. It's
Yes.
fantastic. You were listing the 7 just then, so that reminded me. Yes.
I was, and I'm
Yes.
so pleased.
Yes,
So you
loved
had
it.
seen it before we
Yes.
discussed it.
Yes.
You just didn't remember.
I just didn't remember the name of it. Yes.
Okay.
And if you had been like Brad Pitt and so, I'd have been like, But I remember Kevin Spacey.
Yes,
So-
Kevin Spacey, Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman, Gwyneth.
Yes.
So, do you remember it much?
Yes.
Did you like it?
Yes. Loved it. Loved it. And I
Okay.
just totally blanked on the name. I'm sorry.
No,
I meant to mention that last
that's okay.
week.
I'm actually immensely pleased. I feel like I have such closure.
That son of a
Because
bitch is never going to watch
I'm
it.
eager for you to experience that movie. So I'm so happy that has those two have come together.
Yeah.
Two of my favorite things have come together. Yeah. Okay. No, good. Please interject because there's a lot of raw facts here. So let's color in the lines here or
Okay.
out of the lines and jazz it up wherever you feel is necessary.
Love it.
Okay, Jeff Bezos. We're going to touch a little bit on him, and then we're going to touch on, because we, for context, and then we're going to jump into Amazon. So, he was born in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
No shit. Wow.
You're nearby.
That's my next stop. 2 stops from now.
Okay. Well, listen. This is meant to be then. The stars have aligned,
This is
so we
it.
can talk about this. He was born in 1964 in Albuquerque. He graduated from Princeton in 1986. Fucking Princeton.
There you go.
I just said. Summa cum laude with degrees in electrical engineering and computer science. Okay, we get it. You're smart. We get it. He went on to become the youngest senior VP of a company called D.E. Shaw and Company, an investment bank firm. So then in 1994, which would make him 29 or 30, depending on the month, Bezos was noticing that there was this huge boom in the internet business industry. So he was feeling a little bit like he was missing out on a good opportunity. So he left his job as VP of that Wall Street firm and moved to Seattle to start working on his business plan. I think that's pretty ballsy.
Very.
I mean, he must have been pretty confident in his idea, because that's a scary move you're the youngest VP ever. You've already achieved so much and you could just ride that. Anyway.
Huge money. Walking away from it.
Yeah, for
to
sure.
go, I think you're about to get into this, but to sell books. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm. Yep, and we are going to talk about it and why he picked that, because it wasn't just a passion project. He was very calculated in why he chose it. So he ended up creating Amazon from what he called his, quote, regret minimization framework. So in other words, he called it this because it was a business plan to help him not feel regret for potentially missing out on the booming internet industry.
Okay.
So he was like, I'm just going to start a business plan because I couldn't live with myself if, I'd be kicking myself or whatever that I didn't jump on this when it's obviously taking off. So we're going to get into the company's journey here in a minute, but in short, Bezos led Amazon to become the largest online retailer and a model for internet sales. And he made a lot of fucking money while he did it. A lot of money. A lot.
Incomprehensible.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. So fast forward to 2019. I'm just going to touch on this because, to be honest, I don't care that much. But he and his wife, Mackenzie, divorced after a 25-year marriage, blah, blah, blah. We're staying friends, blah, blah, blah. There's talk that Jeff had an affair and the National Enquirer was trying to extort him by threatening to release explicit selfies between him and his mistress.
Shit.
No, we were actually separated before I started dating this girl.
Girl.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out with that shit. That shit, oof.
I mean, the National Enquirer in general.
I mean, that's
TMZ.
true. That's true. But, I hate that so much. That, oh, no, it wasn't like that. It was like this. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, exactly. And, so he argued, no, we were already together. My wife and I were separated, and then we got together. And we're such good friends. We're still such good friends. My wife and I are such good friends. which is probably just to keep the shareholders and the, customers calm. But whatever. Look, listen. If it's happened to one of us, it's happened to all of us. You're a trillionaire, whatever, a billionaire, and you divorce, a National Enquirer is involved. We've all been there, obviously. Yeah. So, I kind of think everybody's kind of gross in that situation. What do you think?
Yeah, and
I think all involved are.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know anything about her story, but I know that, like, she became overnight one of the richest, if not the richest woman in the world. When that happened, when they got the divorce, it was, like, finalized, because she got half. So, like, she got tens, if not more, billions of dollars. Because I think he's up to, like, he and Elon overtook him for the first time, and then Elon I called him stonks, tanked. Me and all of Reddit. And by the way, Reddit fucked me over, but that's fine. It's fine.
What do you mean?
I just bought all these stocks that they were like, buy these, and then and now they're like shit.
No.
Not a lot. Reddit. I mean, I don't have a lot of money, so like it's not a lot of money. It's like,
what is the matter with you, Reddit? Come on.
I know.
You gathered the GameStop bubbles thing.
It's like, so hard. So hard. So
yeah.
I know that Elon took him over for a sec, and then I think Bezos is back to the top. But I think that she, if not the richest, definitely in the top 5.
Get that alimony. I mean, it's obviously like, man. I mean, you she's not suffering. She's not out on the street. No. We were talking about this. Some, first wives are or whatever. But listen.
No, yeah. I saw when I heard that story about her. I was like, so like, what does she like? Work now, or and they're like, no, she just directs money to charities. That's her job.
Yes, yes, that is right, and lives her best life.
Hell yeah.
At the top of 1%.
Good for her.
So yeah, go get it. I mean, you had to be married to that guy. I don't know that he was good or bad, but you had to be married to him for 25 years. Like, I'm sure you earned some of that money. But anyway, so okay, so in the meantime, let's fast forward to February of this year, where Bezos announced that he would be stepping down as CEO, but that he planned to remain as an executive chairman. I just want that right off the cuff as we explore as we walk through Amazon. Just this is what's ended up happening, and it's in the news, not currently, but it was in the news this year. So, okie dokie. So he incorporated the company in Washington State, originally calling it Cadabra. But after a few months, he changed the name to Amazon because a lawyer misheard the original name as cadaver.
Oh,
as in a dead body.
Hell no.
I think he was like, I think that's a sign that maybe there's some miscommunication in my brand. So he changed it to Amazon. He operated out of his garage. He thought about renaming it again to relentless.com.
Ooh, no.
Relentless.
Mm-mm. That sounds like churchy. Mm-mm.
And it sounds like scary. Like relentless. Jesus. I just picture like, somebody who's like trying to bang on your door or like an ankle biter dog. Like when I think of that word.
You will take this package, damn you.
Yeah. But yeah, so his friends were actually like, no, buddy, that's not a good idea. So he did listen, obviously, and that's why it's not called Relentless. It's called Amazon. But he still owns the domain name for Relentless. So if you type in relentless.com, it'll still take you to Amazon.
No way.
Yeah. I didn't try it, but it said that in my notes, and I believe them.
Yeah, I'm going to believe them.
So it was not like anything like the Walmart on steroids that it is today, right? It was originally just an online bookstore, like you mentioned. So why did he choose to sell books online? Well, I'm so glad you asked. I'm going to tell you. So Bezos read a report that projected annual web commerce was going to grow by 2,300%. So he made a list of top 20 products that could be marketed online and narrowed it down to 5 of them. So it was truly like more of a mathematical thing. He was like, what can I sell that would be, XYZ and fit all these things? Are they low cost? Are they easy to sell? Whatever. So when he narrowed it down to 5, they were CDs, computer, which LOL if he was selling CDs, because CDs are dead now. Computer hardware, computer software, videos, and books. And he decided on books.
I think I know why.
Tell me what you think, and I'll tell you if you're right.
I think, which I'm surprised by that list, because I was thinking you were going to list 5 things that take up a lot of space. Because what I've heard is that he did it to basically start an infrastructure from the get-go to have humongous warehouses and places to be distribution centers. Am I wrong?
Interesting. So I didn't see that, and I looked at about 5 or 6 sources,
and
I didn't see that. It doesn't mean that it's wrong, but I didn't see it in my notes. So he said that he decided on books because it was something the world always will want, and the unit price for books was low. So cheap to buy wholesale or whatever.
Okay.
And then and it was just something that had a future, versus you look at CDs, you look at computer software, hardware, and even videos, and think about it. He had an electrical engineering degree, but more importantly, a computer degree.
Right.
So he recognized the evolution of computers and how quickly things become obsolete, I would guess. He didn't say that anywhere, but so I'm guessing that, books are one of those eternal things that we'll always want. Now, how will we want them? Whether that was an e-reader or whatever, I'm sure he, eventually it dawned on him that he could bring books to people digitally with the Kindle rather than
and that was the first one,
print.
Wasn't it?
Yeah. So, and we're going to get to that too, but yes,
sorry.
he definitely was visionary in the way that he converted that kind of way of taking books and reading them. So, okay. Remember what I said like a few minutes ago about how it must be nice when you go to Princeton and you have all the startup money that you want? His parents invested almost $250,000 in the startup.
Oh, shit.
So please just play house with me for a second. Pretend.
I would love to.
Mom, Dad, I have this really good idea. I just dropped out of VP work. I just quit my job and moved across the country to start an internet job. I'm going to sell books.
Right. Can I have $250,000?
Internet.
Can I have $250,000, please?
And that sounds
real.
It's like the people who started dating in chat rooms before it became like an online industry.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was like, "What are you doing? That's really weird. What are you doing?" I feel like that could have easily been hit, and he was 30 or whatever. I feel like if I was his mother, I would have been like, "Is our son going through a midlife crisis? Do we support this and show him that we believe in him, or are we feeding the flame of
failure.
A midlife crisis?"
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. And he went to Princeton. And not to say that he wasn't brilliant, but was he fucking loaded? I don't know. I'm guessing I'm just saying he must have been wealthy to start.
Mom and Dad were
his
wealthy.
Family.
Yeah.
His family.
Because if you quit a job that you're a VP, I'm thinking you're making 6 figures, probably more.
Oh, for sure. He was on Wall Street.
Yeah.
For sure.
So why in the fuck did Mom and Dad need to give him $250,000? That's a lot of money.
Good question. And he was working out of his garage, which is fine. So did
Gates.
What's his name?
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates did, but I was thinking Apple.
Steve Jobs.
Yeah. It's the garage band.
Literally, the nerds in the garage.
Yeah.
Figuring out shit.
Especially all around that time too. Around those decades, I guess. But anyway, so yeah. Okay. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Okay, Jeffy, here's $250,000. We love you.
Okay.
Go make your dreams come true. Whatever. Must be nice.
Do you know how many ideas I could come up with for $250,000?
I could come up with $250,000 ideas for $250,000. Give me $1 every time I give you an idea. Anyway, okay, so by 1995, it was up and running online. So Amazon was up and running. The first book that was ever sold on his website was called Fluid Concepts and Creative Analogies, Computer Models of the Fundamental Mechanisms of Thought.
Good God almighty.
So how people, I don't know, I take that to mean like how you think, and computer models, a book about computer models about how people think. Whatever, man. Sounds like an academic textbook.
Ex Machina meets Professor, yeah.
If it doesn't have a wizard in it, or a vampire,
I don't want
or a murder, or all three, I'm not reading it.
I don't want it.
I don't want it. I love that. I love that so much. I don't want it. I'm going to keep that in my pocket and say it for like work situations.
I don't want
it.
No.
Okay. So, let's see. Amazon was selling to all 50 states and 45 countries 2 months in. Let me just say that again. 2 months after he decided he was doing this and they went online.
That's 60 days. That's not
He
real.
was selling to all 50 states and 45 different countries.
No.
That blows my mind.
For both.
How did people find him? How did he market himself?
Literally.
I mean, there wasn't a Google. You couldn't use search engine optimization because there was no search engine optimization. So.
That is bizarre. How the fuck?
It astounds me. I don't know. And I'm curious to know. So maybe I'll do a little more research on it.
Bet you he sent letters to colleges. And he's like, tell your students to get your books here.
That's a good idea. That's a great idea.
Is that a $250,000 idea?
Yes, it is.
I think so. Mom
yes,
and Dad.
It is. Yeah, Mom. But yeah, because I'm just thinking too, like, yeah, you're right. That's a great idea to do it. Because I remember when it was only books, and I do remember comparing, and I remember the conversations in my family being like, it is no competition. Like, I'm not going to go pay $25 for a book at Barnes & Noble that I could get for, $13 or $14.
And still to this day, it's the same today.
Yeah, because they cut out the middleman. There's they don't have to pay employees like they have to pay Barnes & Noble. They don't have to pay for keeping the lights on and shipping to secondary locations or whatever. Like, yeah, I get it.
I'm so tacky. I go to Barnes & Noble to poke through books that I think that I want, cookbooks, and then I'll snap pics and be like, okay, I'm going to Amazon.
Are you kidding me? We all do that. And I just go into Barnes & Noble for the ambiance. It's a beautiful, happy place, and it smells like books, and they have comfy chairs.
It's hard to beat. What does Amazon smell like?
Yeah, I don't know. It smells like their cardboard boxes and their warehouse. And money, because they're so rich.
A lot of money.
Yes. But let's see. So, 2 months in, I told you 50 states, 45 countries, and it was generating up to $20,000 per week, 1995.
What?
It sounds like he didn't have any trouble at all. Now, granted, they didn't make a profit right away. It took years to make a profit. So when I look at these numbers and I'm like, Jesus Christ, you have to remember how much money he must have been putting in, because if they didn't turn a profit, which they didn't until 2001 or something, that's a big deal.
Oh,
because,
yeah.
You're talking big money, but he's not just got an idea and he's generating money. He's spending it.
You have to buy all the books. That's what the quarter mill's for.
Books and hire people to
sort them,
ship them and whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It went public in 1996. So again, just by comparison, 95 it was up and running online. By 96 it was public. And not 2001. I have it here. And started making a profit in 2003. So this is particularly noteworthy, this time frame though, because this was a real sign of success for him, because at this time, about 2 years before, so 2001-ish, that was when the .com bubble burst and a ton of internet companies sank. So while all these companies got, went under, his was just started turning a profit shortly after that. And it was just growing. So signs of things to come for sure. Because again, that market was hard to survive in.
At this point, is he still only selling books, or has he started to grow?
Yes, he's still only selling books at this point.
Wow. Jeez.
So, or right around that time. Yeah. So back to 97 really quick. I just jumped ahead to 2001 and 2003, but just back to 97 really quick. As he's growing, remember 95, it was up and running. 96, he went public. So 97, Barnes & Noble's like, you can't sit with us. And sued Amazon. That's how you know you made it, is that the big boys are suing you. You know you're doing something right when the big boys are suing you. So Barnes & Noble argued that Amazon's claim to be the world's largest bookstore was false because it wasn't a bookstore at all. It was a book broker. So they were just arguing on the semantics of it. Oh,
girl. Jeez.
I mean, they're just mad at her because she's so pretty and she's the new girl in school. That's all it is.
Barnes & Noble's like, I don't want it.
I don't like it. I don't want it. So shortly after that, Walmart sued Amazon, alleging that Amazon had stolen Walmart's trade secrets by hiring former Walmart executives. In both cases, they settled out of court. But again, I'm just looking at this timeline. It really stands out to me. 2 years after it was up and running, he's hiring former Walmart executives to run his company, like to help him run his company. The hell?
Big
How is
ballin'.
this moving so fast?
He's I guess he's spending a shit ton of money paying them, and I mean, but I think it worked, I guess.
Because it was a startup, so there is a certain risk that executives take when they go to a startup, but they have a huge potential for reward.
Oh, yeah.
But you're right. He has to have the funds to back it up. I mean, he can't just scrape by with a good idea. He has to have the funds to prove that the numbers are moving upward, because that's what executives look at. They look at the numbers. Is this going to go up in a steady way? Is this looking safe? Is this a safe gamble for me to invest in or work for this company? So he had to have had those numbers all in a row looking good, because the growth was just, I've never seen a company grow this fast. I mean, yeah. I'm not an expert, but I've never seen something this quick. Jump into the big boys, into the big leagues.
That's remarkably fast.
Yeah. Okay. So 1998. So we had our lawsuits in 97. 98, Amazon expanded its products now to include CDs and videos. So it was books, CDs, videos. And then by 2005, so math, 7 years later, it included consumer electronics, apparel, and hardware. So I remember, I think I have this in my notes somewhere here, so I'll leave it there and I'll get to it. But 99, Time Magazine names Bezos Person of the Year because of Amazon's success in popularizing online shopping. So again, he started this in 95. 1999. He's on Time Magazine's cover.
Time, yeah, okay.
4 years later.
And it hadn't even started yet. I mean, it had, but, to what it is now.
Yeah. In the meantime, it was growing. It was definitely exponential, the success rate. But you're right, it wasn't anything like it was now. It was just promising. It was extremely promising.
Yeah.
So,
Sheesh.
I'll say I was in college starting in 2004, and I remember the concept spreading, just around other students and around my family, about having things sent through Amazon around this time, because it was really convenient being a college kid. If you needed things occasionally and you didn't always have transportation to go off campus to get it, so you could order it yourself, or you could have your family order something, and then this package would just go directly from Amazon, and it would come right to us. And I do remember a few occasions where that happened.
Really?
I was one of the early recipients of Amazon packages.
No way. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. I mean, wish I would have bought stocks. Wouldn't have to be working. Yes. So, in 2007, Amazon released a magic tablet, unlike anything we'd seen before.
Mm-hmm.
It was called the Kindle.
Yeah.
Maybe you've heard of it.
Just a time or two.
Art. It's called art. Have you heard of it?
Well, so when the Fire came out, there were these ads. Kindle Fire, Kindle Fire, right? And that was like, that feels like 10 years ago. I think it was like 7. And anytime somebody would ask me my name, but Kindle Fire, Kindle Fire, Kindle Fire. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Different
Obviously,
spelling.
I'm going to be calling you that for the rest of your life. Kindle!
Kindle Fire!
It sounds like a really thick Texas accent. Just Kindle Fire.
Oh.
Kindle.
Candle. Fire.
Kindle. Kindle Fire. I love it. Oh my god. Of course, why didn't I put that together? Ugh, I should have seen that coming. Man. Can't win them all. Okay. So, yes, the Kindle was, now I'm going to say Kindle, and I'm just hearing Kindle. The Kindle was a digital book reader. Oh, God. Oh, God help us. It's okay. This part's short. In 2010, Kindle ebooks had surpassed hard copy book sales. So, 2007, they released it. By 2010, Kindle ebooks had surpassed the hard copy book sales.
Jeez.
Yes. Again, for the win. I mean, bold moves, innovative moves, and they seem to be paying off. By this point, Amazon began making its own shows and movies with its Amazon Studios division. So that's around 2010-ish that the movies and the shows started.
Okay.
Okay. By 2011, Amazon had 30,000 full-time employees in the U.S., and by the end of 2016, it had 180,000 employees.
Oh.
Worldwide, I think.
Shit.
I mean, just growth. I mean, like, compounding growth.
Right.
It's just insane to me how steep this incline is.
Yeah. Exponential, COVID-esque.
You actually know a lot about, like, businesses and innovation and stuff. Is there anything that comes close to this? Like, is SpaceX even on the radar of, like, I mean, yes, it's innovative and they're thinking outside of the box, but I don't think they have this kind of funding and support.
I don't know. They're not selling consumer products yet. So once Starlink comes around, you'll see a big boom.
You're right. Apples and oranges. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I would say, I mean, obviously, Walmart, there's something to Walmart. I've watched those. Have you ever watched those stupid things on YouTube that's like net values of things over time and it shows them like racing? Mm-hmm. I hate that I love those. We watch those all the time, and in this specific thing, I can only think of Walmart being that big and that getting that growth quickly and sustaining it seemingly. I don't know how. But like Google, Apple's a big one.
Yeah, Apple's the other one.
I guess
for
Macintosh
sure.
or what's the other one? That Macintosh is Apple. What's Homeboys? Yeah. Microsoft.
Oh, Homeboy. I was like, Homeboys? I haven't heard of it. I should look up their stock. I'm an idiot. That's the point of that story. Okay. Oh my God. No, yeah, Microsoft. No, I think your rankings are probably really spot on. I think it would go Walmart, then Mac, then Microsoft in that order.
Yeah.
Or Apple, I mean, not Mac. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. That's, oh my God. It's so interesting. He must have known what he was doing. I mean, I know that I've heard enough of these case studies where it's like, it's a combination of luck and skill set, right? And vision.
Yeah.
But God damn. I mean, this guy, I wonder what his IQ is. I'm going to look that up in a second just to see. I'm sure it's public. I'm sure we can find it.
Yeah.
Not that determines that you're going to be successful at all, because look at Donald Trump.
Right. Does he have a high IQ? No. No.
Not at all.
No.
Let's see. I'm going to look it up. Jeff Bezos IQ and height. Just kidding. He's super short, I think.
I think he's super short and he's kind of ripped, but Dad bod over the ripped.
Yeah. Okay. It says it's not public, but experts speculate that it's over 150. 100 is average.
Wow. And 161 is Mensa, or is that like crazy genius?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think anything over 130 can you're starting to get into the realm of, you're getting into the territory of genius.
Which I've called you that since the day I met you. I know you're there.
Oh, God bless you. I'm not.
Genius.
I wish I was. I'm a genius in knowing how stupid I am.
No.
That's how smart I am.
No, but self-awareness is brilliance, for the fucking record.
Oh my God. Amazing. So, yes. Let's see. In 2017, Amazon pretty much challenged Walmart to a fist fight when it acquired Whole Foods, because it would bring Amazon seriously toe-to-toe in the competitor territory for the retailer crown.
And being able to ship products to people's homes, competing with produce, vegetables, grocery stuff, and built-in warehouses where they can still operate as storefronts, but then it's really smart.
And think back to when Walmart sued them because it was like, you stole trade secrets. I just see Amazon as Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman walking back into the store and being like, do you work on commission? You were a bitch to me. Big mistake. That needs to be that needs to turn into a meme or whatever. Somebody needs to make that
with
into something.
Bezos' head.
Yeah. And he's holding Whole Foods bags.
I live.
Oh my god. Okay. So also in 2017, Amazon announced that they wanted a second headquarters in a metro area with at least 1 million people. By this point, Amazon had well over 500,000 employees worldwide. Ain't no thing. Not unlike the Olympics, they invited cities to submit presentations for the place that we hired. Well, yeah, because whatever city won was going to get...
fuck. The money?
Oh my God, their economy would just overnight be totally different because they were looking to hire as many as 50,000 employees at this one location alone.
You know I can't pass up an opportunity to shit on Betsy Price. She was out there waving her Fort Worth flag, and
I'm sure
she did that also for Elon Musk for Tesla, and he actually thought about it. I think Amazon did even kind of, but there was rumors that Tesla headquarters were going to move to.
I don't know. What's the population in the Dallas-Fort Worth area? Is it at least a million people?
Oh, it's crazy high. Yeah, so Tarrant County is Fort Worth's at 900,000. Tarrant County's over 1 million.
Oh, Jesus.
And Dallas is 1.2, I think.
Oh, so they were. By population standards, they were. And I see that SpaceX would pick a Texas city because of the weather. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It would be good to not have it in fucking Canada or whatever. When they can't.
Seattle.
They can't throw their ships out into space for 9 months out of the year. Yeah. I don't know. Elon Musk will figure it out, and he'll be like, "We're starting a launch pad, a spaceport in the Arctic."
Literally.
I'm sure. And we're also going to melt all the ice over there.
Did you need fresh water? Anybody lacking?
The fuel will just be made of polar bear cubs and seal pups, and it'll be fine.
Oh,
our globe will be great.
That's why we're trying to get off of it. That's why we're trying to get off of it. We're killing everything. We got to get off of it. Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, let me see. I totally lost my train of thought because that was a fucking tangent. Okay, sorry. Okay, in 2018, it announced that it would open the second headquarters in Queens, New York, and in Arlington, Virginia. I don't know. We're having our second headquarters in these two locations. Whatever.
What?
But then a little, or maybe they narrowed it down. Maybe
Okay,
that was what
okay,
it was.
okay.
Because then they did go back on it and say Queens was no longer on the table.
I remember
little
that,
after that.
vaguely.
Leaving only the Crystal City area of Arlington, Virginia, which is actually right where I live. And that was one of the reasons that we picked the area that we live in, because we knew Amazon was coming, and we were like, our market value is going to go up a lot because there's going to be all these Silicon Valley people. Yeah, there's going to be all these brilliant Silicon Valley techie people
moving in,
flocking here. And it's gonna change the whole economy, and everybody's gonna be fighting for real estate like they did in Silicon Valley. Yep. You can't afford to live in Silicon Valley. A normal person cannot afford to live there now because it hit the economy so well. So anyway, that's what we were hoping would happen after we found out. So we were like, we're going to live as close to the fucking headquarters as possible, because when we sell this house, inevitably, eventually, we want it to be commutable distance to places like that, in addition to DC. Yeah. So that was all like a, calculated
That's
thing,
some
too.
vision, girl. That is called vision, honey.
Listen, if I am not a millionaire by the end of this year, I am going to kill myself. Just kidding. Just kidding. All right. I have to find where I left off in my notes. In the Kindle. Kindle Fire. Kindle Fire. Yes. So yes, Crystal City. Got it. So now let's talk about how COVID has impacted Amazon.
Okay.
There was a little bit of negative attention in the news at the beginning when some workers at a warehouse in Staten Island, do you remember this?
Uh-huh.
Walked out in protest because of alleged poor health conditions.
Yes.
That was around March 2020. Which March 2020 was a year ago. That said, the pandemic has made everyone shop online like crazy, including me. This little closet that I'm in right now was completely brought to you by Amazon. This thing right here, this little fake wall right here, Amazon. My ring light, Amazon. This microphone, I don't think that microphone actually was Amazon.
I think mine was.
You have the same one I do, so that just proves, oh my God, kill us. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, people are shopping online like crazy, particularly when it came to household goods shortages. They took advantage of that. Amazon did. Mm-hmm. They were ready. The brick and mortar stores ran out of things like toilet paper, hand sanitizer, and whatever. And so Amazon was like, do you need us? We can step in if you need anything. And
you do.
Everyone was like, oh my God. And the hordes of people just went to Amazon. And to keep up with demand, Amazon temporarily stopped. You probably remember this in the news too. They temporarily stopped accepting non-essential items from third-party sellers. Uh-huh. And then they hired 175,000 additional workers just to meet the demand.
Jeez.
And they temporarily raised wages by $2 an hour.
Temporarily?
Just to incentivize with the rush that had to get done.
They better keep that shit.
I mean, they didn't. Yeah, it went back down again. Yeah, and in 2020, they crossed over the $100 billion mark for the first time. And again, I can tell you that's true because I've been buying stuff like a crazy person.
Half of it's mine.
I invested like $1 billion out of that $100 billion on shit around my house. I don't know math. I'm
but it's
more
pretty
or
close.
Less.
Pretty close.
Yeah, it's pretty close. It's pretty close to $1 billion. I don't know. Maybe like $1,000. Maybe $1 billion. I don't know. I will never search my order history unless I'm looking for something because I do not need that negativity in my life. I am not going to look back on my choices that I made. And I have a problem because I also gift people a lot of stuff from Amazon.
Yeah.
Because the thought occurs to me and I'm like, oh my God, you know who would love this? And then I click, and then I send it before I've even gone through my mind to find reason. I just maybe we think about this. Maybe we don't just buy this on a whim. Nope. Already bought it.
It's already on the way. Yeah.
Mhm.
I did that
Yeah.
with. I got like an Amazon gift card from a family member who, at the time, I was angry at, but I am no longer. So I'm not gonna name names, but I was just a little peeved,
Mhm.
and oof, I'm not trying to like oof. A
Was it
man.
a peace offering?
Um,
Like, was the Amazon
no.
card a peace offering?
It was like Christmas or like something like that.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna just say a person of the cloth, which is like
Mhm.
half my family, so you can't tell who it is yet. And
Say their names.
and I like was like looking at that card one day, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go get some gay shit from Amazon. So I got like specifically gay lube and some like really slutty underwear, and I was like, I showed them
On principle.
on
I'm gonna
principle.
buy. Yeah, good for you.
Which is something
Good
that
for
I
you.
wouldn't typically walk into a store and like do that. Right? I have to be in the right store to do that. So like I think that Amazon also gives you this like just like any other web store, but a place to just kind of hide what you're doing.
Mhm. That's really cathartic. Like to use that as like revenge. That's good. And you're right. It's not something that you necessarily buy for yourself. I love that idea.
Yeah.
Good. Treat yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Good for you. I'm glad you did. And then
Thank
just
you.
on principle, they paid for it. It's like, so, who was it? It was either Stephen Colbert or John Oliver, but they did you could make donations to gay charities.
Yes.
In Mike Pence's name.
In his name. Yes.
Like it's like that. It's like it's that same kind of like, oh
Fuck
no,
with
like
them.
I will get what I want, like you intended me to do.
Right.
But I will like make it terrible for you.
Right. You would resent it if you knew.
Yeah, but they don't need to know.
Right.
Yeah, they don't need to know.
Right.
You know, and God knows.
And now just me and you.
And
everyone,
not just
everyone else.
There's nobody here. No, it's fine. Nobody's listening. Don't think.
It's not the world. No.
No. It's fine to be on the internet for all eternity. It's fine. Okay. So, okay, I didn't know about this. Please tell me if you know about this, because again, I had no idea. Do you know what Amazon Go is?
No.
Okay, me neither. Okay, I didn't know either. So, in 2016, Amazon launched its first Amazon Go store, which is a store of tomorrow, I guess. Like, you know, a future kind of store.
Oh, I do know what this is. Yes.
Tell me.
Yes. Is it the storefront where, like, there's no checkout?
Yes.
Yes.
That's exactly what it is.
You just, like, scan things with your phone as you grab them?
That's exactly what it is.
So cool. So cool.
Okay. So, yes, exactly right. It uses cameras and sensors to detect what you pull off the shelf and automatically charges the person's Amazon account by using their app. So you, like, walk in, you have to have the app, you have to have, like, a phone with, like, you know, access to the internet or whatever. And then it's meant to eliminate the need for checkout lines.
Love that.
So, I'm not going to lie to you. Like, this sounds like a fucking dream.
A dream. If I'm not getting it delivered to my house, then the next best thing is that I don't have to... My mother put this in me, and she's like, why do I go to the grocery store to unload things from their shelves into my basket, to then unload them onto their thing, to then load them and back into a bag, unload them back into the cart, put them back into the car, take them to the car, and like it's like... It's so much work.
That
Listen
is
to me.
such a good point. No. It is. It's a good point. And you know what else? Think about all the staff that a supermarket has to hire to have a body move things on a conveyor belt and beep them.
Yep.
Think about how much money they're saving.
Yep.
Like they've turned to robots.
Yep.
You know, they've expedited it and they've made AI do it for us.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, listen, there's a checkout person at my grocery store that is so grumpy all the time. And remember, I'm an ambivert, so when I'm at the grocery store, I am the snowflake millennial that has her headphones on so nobody looks at me or talks to me. Because where I live, I know a lot of people. They either, I work with them or something, they're a neighbor or something. So I don't have my I have sweatpants on. I don't feel. I don't want to be here. Like, I don't want to be here picking Life cereal off the shelf. You think I want to sit and chat with you for 15 minutes about how your family's doing and whatever?
Right.
Absolutely not.
No.
I don't even want you to recognize me. I will drop on the floor and army crawl out of there if it will keep me away from talking to people. So the idea of doing this, like, I will have zero contact with another human person. I'll go in and get my stuff, and I'll pay for my stuff. And not to mention, it would be in their best interest, too, because think about all the impulse buys. You don't feel that transaction like you do when you're checking out, even with a credit card. They said that when it went from cash to credit card, that a lot of people were overspending and going into debt because they lost the feeling of closure of that transaction. Well, that's what's going to happen, too, I would expect in these Amazon Go stores. You walk in, and you're going to be like, doo-doo-doo, and this and this and this.
Yep.
Like... You know,
it's almost like you're not charging
me. What was that shopping game show?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Like
Shoppers. What was it called?
Sweepstakes.
Oh yeah, Supermarket Sweep.
Yeah.
Wasn't that it?
I can't remember. I think.
Anyway, yeah. But that, like, it's like that. It's like I'm just gonna buy whatever I want, and like it doesn't feel like I bought anything. I just took it.
Right.
So yeah. Anyway. Whoa, like I'm really excited for this. But anyway, there's a checkout person at my grocery store that's so grumpy all the time, and I consistently try to avoid his specific lane at the checkout, which naturally never works out. So the idea that I could just avoid all of that is just amazing. And but it's not around like the DC area. It's just, it says as of last year there were 26 Amazon Go stores in 4 cities: New York, San Francisco, Chicago, and Seattle.
Yeah, wow.
But I expect after COVID, they're going to just... Because, again, people are all isolated now, and they're sick of people, and, like, they're all phobic of, like, getting back out into people.
Yeah.
I feel like this is going to be a perfect market for them to just blow up after, like, nothing's contagious anymore.
Yeah.
So, okay. Now I'm just going to end with some fun facts. And that's it. So... The logo. Do you know what the logo is?
A smiley face.
Mm-hmm. It is a smiley face.
And it's also an arrow.
You got it.
For delivery.
That was it. Yep. It's an arrow pointing from the A in Amazon to the Z because the company carries everything from A to Z.
I forgot that. Yes, that's right.
Mm-hmm. You got it. In 2014, Amazon launched the Fire Phone. But it failed hard, obviously, because we don't know what it is. Like, that doesn't sound familiar to me. But listen, that year they also bought the video game streaming site Twitch. So don't feel too sorry for them. Twitch is a big deal.
Okay, because I'm thinking they also own Audible.
Yeah.
Which I think you would think that would be some, like, antitrust shit. But, like, ugh.
Listen. They are going to be Skynet when Terminator starts in the future. It's going to come from Amazon. It's not going to be a government. It's going to be Amazon.
It's just Jeff. Yeah.
Look out. Their slogan is, which I did not know, work hard, have fun, make history. Whatever. Okay.
Yeah. How about pay your people, asshole?
Yeah. Are they having fun?
That ain't what I heard.
Maybe. Listen, on some stressful days, I think about, I have no idea what they make or whatever, but some stressful days when I'm working from home.
You're not lying.
Just because there's a lot going on at work or whatever. I see the Amazon delivery man coming to my door because I've ordered 75,000 things. And I see him walking up and he's got headphones on and I think, oh my God, I could do that job.
Yes.
Like just go and drive a truck and like listen to my podcast all day.
Yes.
And
have a task
just drop
and do
off
it
packages.
alone. Yes.
With the GPS. I don't even have to think.
Yes.
Like I just follow the GPS.
Well, yeah.
So
me too. I have those thoughts all the time. But now that I'm driving a bus, I'm like, ugh.
A little less so now.
Yeah.
So there are a couple things that are not sold on Amazon, including full-size homes. Duh.
But tiny homes are
cars.
Available.
What?
Tiny homes are available.
Oh, see, that's why they put the caveat full-size homes, because you can buy a tiny house.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Amazon.
Yeah.
Like,
you can buy a house.
That's
Not a
crazy.
big one.
Okay, so maybe that's where you need to settle is buy a tiny house on some land. Oh, that sounds nice.
It does.
Cars, they don't sell. Cigarettes, they don't sell. And live animals, they don't sell.
Oh, well, liability.
No tigers for you.
Joe Exotic
Or
calls.
pound puppies. Yeah. Yeah. Amazon owns 41 subsidiaries, including Zappos, which is the
Shoes.
website. IMDb.
Good Lord. Okay.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
Audible, as you said. Goodreads, which is the rating website,
Okay.
like for books. It's really popular. Whole Foods, too, as we've discussed. 41 is the total, though.
That's
41 subsidiaries.
No, that ain't right. That ain't right.
He's playing Monopoly.
He's playing Monopoly.
I'm going to buy Park Place.
Right.
I'm going to buy Whole Foods.
And Billboard. Not Billboard.
Yeah.
Boardwalk.
Yeah.
We need to make a movie.
So-
Expose.
Oh, they will. They're going to make a movie about him. If they make a movie about, fucking Steve Jobs, they're going to make a movie about Jeff Bezos.
Megyn Kelly gets a fucking movie, but
Yeah.
I don't like her.
Mm-mm.
I know she's a victim and I shouldn't do that, but I'm separating those things and I don't like her.
You don't have to like her because she's not likable. So,
Say that.
I mean, that's okay. There was that reminds me, I think my mom and I, there she is. Hi, Mom. I'm talking about my mom.
Yay!
We were having a conversation about somebody who had died. I can't remember because this wasn't super recent, but somebody who had passed away within the last year or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, she was a bitch. And she's like, Caitlin. She wasn't. She was like, yeah, okay. I think she was just more like, you know what? We won. She's dead or not. Be nice.
We won.
And I was kind of like, no. A bitch is a bitch is a bitch.
Right.
And I'm sorry that
Dead
she passed
or
away,
alive.
but it doesn't make her less of a horrible person when
Right.
she was alive. I'm gonna call it what it is. I'm not whatever. I don't need to surround myself with salt or anything. It's not gonna nothing's gonna jinx me just because I'm stating a fact. But anyway,
That she was a bitch. That's the
not
fact.
bitter. But I don't like it. But that's what Megyn Kelly is. It's listen, you know what? I don't like her.
No.
I stand by it. I don't like her.
That's right.
It can be both. The world is big enough for bad things to happen to
yeah.
bad people. Oh my God, kill me.
Write it down. Yes.
Ugh, I am spicy tonight.
Yes,
Oof.
Jenny.
So the last little fun fact I have, and then we're done ski, is there was this operations manager in the early 2000s. This has to be something about workplace culture that's a negative to me, even though they're making it look like a positive. His name was Jeff Wilk, and he had this method for his employees, which was basically he would encourage them to... Sorry, let me start over. He would encourage his employees who had just accomplished a goal to call him, close their eyes, and yell at the top of their lungs like a primal scream.
Ooh. What?
So, I'm supposed to call my manager and scream at the top of my lungs? You want me to do that?
I'm kind of into it, but I think that would be awkward.
I would never, all jokes aside, I would never feel comfortable screaming at the top of my lungs to my husband. By myself. I would scare myself. Let alone doing that in a formal setting with your manager.
Professional. Right. Yeah. No, that's bizarre. So he got shit canned from Amazon? Is that what you said?
No, it was just an operations manager that had just an unorthodox style of letting out frustration. So it says let out frustration, but then it says to encourage his employees who had just accomplished a goal. So maybe they were just stressed out but they did something right or something. They got the bottom line, the work got done or something.
Okay.
But they were stressed. It's you can call me and scream at the top of your lungs. I don't feel catharsis doing that. I feel more anxious after I do that.
Yeah.
Because then I'd be like, was that good enough of a scream? Did you like it? Did I seem like I was into it? I don't know. That's weird. But listen, good for them. Like, they can do whatever the hell they want. They make all the monies.
Right.
So that's it. That is Amazon, my friend.
Fabulous episode. That was a blast. Thank you very much.
Good.
Yeah, I just want to end on a high note of just pay those fucking people, Jeff. Pay the fucking people. It is wild. You are literally running away with money, so just do what's right. And I used to work. My neighbor was a delivery driver, and he would come back and talk about like the culture and stuff. And it's just like, dude, it's not all that far from being good. You just pays people. Jesus
it just needs
Christ.
some tweaking. Is it? I mean, do they make okay money? Like, do they make an okay living as a driver? I know the warehouse workers didn't necessarily make, like, they couldn't take breaks. Remember? And,
it's very competitive. So it's like you can get $17 an hour, but your schedule is defined by your efficiency and your availability, and there's 19
because you're replaceable, right?
There's 19 other people who want your job. Yeah. So it's just a constant, like, I almost worked for a store one time when I was in college that it was a retail store, and I was like, do you get commission? They're like, no, we do keep tally what would be your commission, and that goes to scheduling benefits to you. So like if you work harder, you get to work more. And I was like, I'm gonna leave now. Like that's not, I'm not gonna compete for pay without even pay. Like I'm not gonna compete to work harder. Fuck you.
For the promise of
right.
pay.
Yeah. No.
Or for the promise of more work.
Right, exactly.
You'd still have to earn it. It's not like a bonus or anything.
No.
It's just more opportunity.
More hours.
More hours.
Right. So
interesting. I mean, I see.
It's great for them.
I see the system for them. Yeah, I see. But it seems like it would get kind of cutthroat down there.
Yeah.
You know?
And I don't want to. Yeah, I'm not going to compete with people next to me over time to be able to work. Go fuck yourself. Kindly, sincerely, politely, the fuck out of my face. So
yeah, respectfully, please fuck off. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't like that feeling either, because I mean, it's not, you don't want like complete complacency or whatever, but I also want some job security.
Right.
I want to feel like
I'm
important.
Want that
balance.
I matter. I'm contributing to the team. Right. I'm valued here. That's so fucking important. So
interesting. Well, yeah.
Anywho, fabulous episode. That was a blast. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, so that's it for this week. So we will be back next week. So Kendall, tell me now. You are in New Mexico now. Are you planning on hunkering down there for a little while? Are you on the move? Yeah. What's your next step?
So I'm just waiting on this asshole. I was trying to get my state inspection done because I ran out of time, and he took it the bus on a little test drive and popped the parking brake. So I'm waiting for a parking brake to come in the mail, and then I'm going to try to fix it while I'm here, and then after here is a little place called Rio Doso, which is just a hop and scoot from Roswell. So we'll do that it's also got a forest, and I've been in the desert for like 2 weeks. So I'm like ready to get to a forest for a second, and then it'll be Taos and the White Sands after that, or Albuquerque. So I might have to stop by Jeff's place.
Yeah. Well, keep us in the loop and let me know as your travels keep going, and keep taking pictures too, because I mean, you're gonna have you should make like a photo album or something of all your places.
I'm trying to keep them organized so I can do that in the end pretty easily. Whatever that means. So.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, hang out with us next time. Bring your cocktails like always, please. I'm trying to sound like Moira. Bring your cocktails.
And the crows.
It will be a soiree. Yeah. Whatever. We'll see you next time. Ready? We'll do a 3, 2, 1, and we'll do it. Ready?
Ready.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Bye.
Bye.